WWE Smackdown this past Friday saw a huge plummet in ticket sales. I'm going to go over that and why I feel this is only the beginning for WWE going forward with these ticket sales. And then I'm going to touch on some insane AEW matches coming up on the special episode of Tuesday, as well as talk about WRESTLEDREAM coming up later this month in October. Stay tuned for all of that here on Screw the Script. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Happy Sunday to all of you. I hope you've all had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me, as always, as well. If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content that you're about to watch and that I'm sharing with you today. First, let's get right into it. WWE Smackdown. As you see up on the screen here, last night's Smackdown was down 5,000, not 50, not 500, 5,000 fans in attendance from the last time they visited the venue in February. And that wasn't even a full year ago. February was only 9 months ago. Interest in the product is steadily declining. WWE can't ride high all the time on viral moments, and that is true. I don't remember which video it was of mine in the past that I've said in 2025 there hasn't been that match or that PLE that I'm going to remember, 5-10 years from now. All there has been in WWE for 2025 especially is just big returns and wow factors and viral moments like this post here says. The John Cena heel turn, the Brock Lesnar return, and other things like that, for example. That's all they've been riding on this entire year. PLEs have been really bad for the most part, outside of one or two. Evolution was the only good PLE that came out of 2025 for WWE. You may disagree with me on that. That's just how I see it. Everything else, like I said, huge letdown. The matches are just nauseating when it comes to the overproduction. Everybody gets a fucking Undertaker entrance where it takes so damn long. On a regular episode of Raw and SmackDown, you see entrances, and then you see video packages, and then you see ads and promos before you even see the next person come out, and it takes 10 to 15 minutes for the match to actually start. The matches themselves typically don't even last as long as that, and that, I think, mixed in with the insane up-the-ass ticket pricing that WWE has been getting away with this year, I think is no more. I think that's the biggest reason why 5,000 less fans went to this SmackDown. I think that is going to be the biggest reason why going forward that a lot more Raw and SmackDown episodes are going to have less and less fans because they have been pricing out their fans, like I've said. 2025 has been a mediocre year for pro wrestling matches for WWE, and their PLEs have not hit outside of one or two, like I stated a few minutes ago. Those are the reasons why I think that this is only the beginning for WWE, but I also think that this is needed. This is a good thing. I hope that the fans just stay steady and true to this revolution that we're seeing here in WWE, that the fans are finally tired of it. They're finally done getting priced out. They don't think that the product is worth the amount of money that you're getting charged just to go to a regular Raw or SmackDown. And I've been saying this for months on my channel, and I'm finally seeing it kind of just circulate all over the internet, all over ticket sales and everything, that WWE, TKO is doing exactly what they did to UFC to the WWE, where they're outpricing their fans, they're making it too much of a spectacle, and they're shoving ads down your fucking throats. Between the actual commercials, the ones on the screen, the ones advertised on tables. Soon we'll see it on ladders and chairs. We're going to see it on merchandise. I wouldn't be shocked if in a couple of months everybody's coming out with a fucking shirt that has little ads and promos on the back maybe, or the front bottom corners, things like that. It's only going to get worse unless we really take a stance. I want to be interested in WWE. When I started this channel, it wasn't as bad as it is currently right now, which was 8 months ago. It was somewhat tolerable for me, but as you can see, if you've been watching my channel from day one, my WWE stuff has significantly dropped because it is so damn hard for me to watch it and to get into it and to continue shelling out money for it when I have not enjoyed it at all this year. For the rest of 2025, unless we see a change with WWE now that they are seeing these giant ticket sales plummet rather than skyrocket like it did when Triple H first took over, I'm not going to keep watching. I'm not going to watch Raw. I've said multiple times on my channel now, I don't have Netflix. I don't see a reason to have Netflix. Nothing on there is worth watching for me that I haven't already seen multiple times, and I'm not going to pay for it just to watch mediocre, boring-ass Raw every Monday night. I don't have the ESPN app, so I don't want to spend $30 a month on their PLEs that I don't think are even worth half of that, based off of the last couple that I have actually paid for to watch before the merger with ESPN. You're not going to get me there either. But Shawn Michaels over there, the guy behind me, has done a great fucking job at least keeping NXT relevant. He's done a great job at building Ricky Saints, who used to be formerly known as Ricky Starks in AEW, and other guys that actually have gone over from AEW to NXT. Blake Monroe is doing well right now. Ethan Page is doing really well. And Fraxium was over there. Nathan Frazier, I said, was in AEW for a short stint, and I was shocked that they didn't sign him, and WWE jumped on him right away and signed him, and that was a great signing again by Shawn Michaels. Like, I can praise them. I will praise WWE when it actually feels suitable for me to praise it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't do it a whole lot at all lately because their staple shows, Raw and SmackDown, have been insufferably fucking trash. And to kind of tie in to AEW, kind of from WWE over to the AEW stuff that I want to talk about in today's shorter video, we've got this up here on the screen. Some interesting stuff that I pointed out before with Darby Allin coming up. We see Killer Kross getting involved in something with Darby Allin that I've mentioned on a previous video. And look at this up here. Has AEW contacted you, he was asked. No, they haven't, but we've talked, and they believe this is all a work. Is it, he was asked. Is it? Is it? It's not a work. This is my life. If they, AEW, think it's a work, book us and find out it's not a fucking work. Us, he says, myself, Scarlett, and Shotzi, they will find out it's not a work. Are you opposed to going there? Am I opposed to going there where they have a TV deal, pay-per-views, and some of the best talent? No, I'm not. This was sourced straight from Killer Kross himself, or Killer Kross, on the Wrestle Purist podcast. Him stating that, especially in the tone and the context of how he stated it, I really am starting to believe that this is not a work. It has now been, 2 months, I want to say, going on 3 almost, since he was released from WWE. When we saw it with R-Truth and when we saw it with other wrestlers in recent months and couple of years dating back to when Triple H took over, they brought him back pretty damn quick. And still nothing with Killer Kross or Killer Kross. And what's interesting is Shotzi has been rumored to possibly join AEW. We have Mercedes Moné's Open Challenge coming up on Tuesday. It could be her. It could be a returning Shida, who I think actually going forward, if it's not her, should be the one actually to dethrone Mercedes from that TBS championship. We've been long awaiting whoever is going to defeat her. And I think since Shida is returning, she's probably the one that will defeat Mercedes Moné, maybe in a few months at Revolution. There's also rumors that it could be Dakota Kai. Sure, her name is running out there, circulating out there. Lots of things that could happen this upcoming Tuesday for Mercedes Open Challenge. Now going over to AEW news, a stark difference. This is why 5,000 less people went to SmackDown, and I'm seeing a trend going upward that AEW is slowly selling out more and more seats. Not every single week, because it really depends on the market and where they are in the U.S. Some states just sell out a lot easier and quicker than other states. But, I mean, look at the stacked fucking show you have coming up on Tuesday. Orange Cassidy versus Pac 5. Great storytelling, long-term storytelling. These two have been feuding since like 2019, basically the initial year of AEW. You got Moxley versus Ishii for the third time, and both of those two matches they had prior were good. You got Fletcher versus O'Reilly, Kyle 2. Kyle versus Kyle. We know there's going to be some fun chants for that. That should be really good. Okada and Takeshita versus Brodito, who are going to lose because Takeshita and Okada are eventually going to feud for that title, which I've said on this channel. Mercedes Moné versus wrestler from Florida. I just went over that a few moments ago, who could possibly be the returning person. We got the Demand versus Hurt Syndicate in a street fight, I believe. That should be a lot of fun. Jurassic Express, first match in 3 years. That's going to get a great fucking pop. Huge nostalgia factor as well. And Hangman and Joe face to face. It's going to be an insanely good Tuesday special episode. Honestly, it looks more stacked than most shows that WWE has given us in 2025. Again, going back to the initial thing that I talked about in this video as to why so many people are leaving. Their PLEs in WWE are very, very mediocre. They compare to like this episode of Dynamite will probably be better than most PLEs from 2025. And that's not even really just opinion based at this point. It's mostly factual based off of a lot of things, you know, ratings on Cage Match. And if you think that Cage Match is for, you know, pro AEW people or whatever excuse you want to, you know, tell yourself as you cry yourself to the sleep, E-drones, I'm talking to you. You can look up on Instagram, Facebook, all kinds of wrestling pages alike and sources, and the vast majority of people are not liking WWE in 2025. And then, you know, Saturday, for Collision, you got Kota Ibushi versus Josh Alexander. Should be a really good match. Eddie Kingston versus Beast Mortos. Willow and Jet Speed versus Megan and FTR. That'll be a fun mixed tag trio match. Stat Tony and Harley versus Triangle of Madness. That should be chaotic. Caster and Bowens versus Brian Keith and Big Bill. I love the slow story building that we're seeing with Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Eventually will get back together, and it's going to be a glorious pop. And then TJ in action. We know that they're most likely, as a safe pick, going to be the first women's tag team champions. This is how you do pro wrestling, WWE. This is how you get your fans to get in their seats, to get in your seat still. If you're going to hike ticket prices up that much, you need to give us quality product, which you are not in 2025. Lastly, I want to talk about, you know, the WrestleDream matches. Again, we have 3 matches announced only, and like I've said in my last video, it looks better already than everything that WWE has put out in 2025. And I keep making the comparison because of what this channel is all about. We go against the haters, against the script of saying that AEW sucks, that AEW is going to fail, that they can't compete with WWE, that they aren't true pro wrestling, all these dumb things that I see on the internet all the damn time. You have these 3 matches alone prove that otherwise. Hangman and Samoa Joe is going to be a really, really good match. You've got Tony Storm and Chris Statlander. Tony Storm's challenge clause to challenge for that title since she just held it. Should be a good match. I don't see her winning. I think Statlander is going to keep it for a little while. And then the more recent one that was officially confirmed, and I'll get onto in a moment my predictions of other matches, the Darby Allin and Jon Moxley I Quit match. This is what I want to talk about a little bit longer than these other 2 confirmed matches. I really think this is where they finally have Jon Moxley written off for a little bit. He's been longing for some time off. He's a fucking workhorse in AEW. Say what you want to say about him and his character and the Death Riders angle and storyline for the last 9-10 months, but he is just a damn good worker. He shows up every fucking week pretty much to put on either a match or a promo or a backstage segment, and he continues to perform. So props go to Jon Moxley. I think Darby Allin is going to win this since Darby lost the coffin match. I don't see him eating 2 pins by Jon Moxley after he returns after being away climbing Mount Everest. So I think that's going to be a really, really good match, and it will be very, very brutal. But it's perfect for the sickos like you and I. And then to close out this video quick, some predictions of other matches that I see happening. I already said one on my previous video. We're going to see Omega versus Andrade. That should be a fucking banger. It's going to be really, really good. We'll probably see a rematch between Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy for that TNT Championship. And we'll probably see El Clone get involved yet again. We'll probably see the Young Bucks in a tag team match against Jurassic Express. That'll probably happen as well. They'll probably fit 2 or 3 more matches into the card. And you look at that card and you think about it, I don't know how in the world, even if you're the biggest WWE stan possible, that you can say that anything that happened in 2025 is better than that card's going to be. That's all I had on this episode of Screw the Script. You let me know down below what you think about everything that I just talked about in this video, the build up to WrestleDream, the great stacked card we have on Tuesday, the issues that SmackDown's having with ticket sales that'll probably also happen to Raw, and maybe even NXT going forward if this continues. Let me know your thoughts on all of that stuff. As always, this has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Have a good rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching.